Hi, hey. And he starts eating. He was actually eating a little bit before, and I stopped and waited to stream till he was done eating, hoping to avoid Leo in the beginning of this video, but no. He's back to eating. I'm sweating. I don't know how much time I'll have to do this. This might actually be the last video. I just had to see how other people handled that final boss, and the top result that had like face cam and commentary was Mars, and she did really well. She was deflecting. I didn't know you could deflect the monster. So just goes to show that I'm still terrible at these things. Or I'm good, but she's awesome at it. You know, I don't want to say that because she did great and I did terrible means that I'm a terrible gamer. That says bad things about the other people that are playing, and I'm not trying to put down anybody else that I'm watching. So anyway, let's go. Leo, could you be done eating? I got my Gatorade here because all my liquids have been sweated out. But yeah, looking at that, and also was it the Rad Brad, I think? He was just pushing through this thing. And it looked like they had like one video left. I didn't mean to see it, but going through their playlist to try to find the boss, saw that, so, okay. So, what? You serious? Wasn't there a save?
They're winning.
I guess I'll try. I'll try to Hey, it worked. All right. So you can. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, so now I'll do this. Now we're in the dark, so. Oh, he disappeared into the rocks. I was that close. That's funny. Oh, that I could have.
Get up quickly. She's injured. She can
I'm inside you, monster.
go. Run away.
Oh. Previously on Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I remember that. Wait, so the monster, it did kill me once in the previous video. So did this save come from after that death?
Invisible force.
Or before that death?
So invoke the gods for protection. But
Do
evil
I have
can come from the hand behind
one arm?
the gods.
One arm rot that's one arm rot less? One less arm rot?
Cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals. trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse.
Oh god, I really could have sworn there was a
The darkness.
No, hit the elbow.
Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both.
I really thought there was a loading thing at the bottom right corner.
So she left.
At the end of the last video, but
light that shone down on her.
Apparently not.
If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived.
Also, I brought this microphone down just
Maybe
one,
Dillian would still be alive.
but it's pretty darn quiet sometimes. So I'll try to speak louder when there's more action happening.
Even if
I don't want to bring the microphone close to my mouth for it to be louder, because then I feel like there's more distortion. Maybe I can angle it a little bit so my breath isn't going directly into the microphone.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Shadow, listen.
But believe this. It was my mission to make you hate.
Oh yeah, this climbing montage, very cool.
Passion so great that you focus your mind on this
I like this idea a lot.
without it. I fear you would have let go as his life.
Like, I wonder how you could do this if it was like live action. Like, there would be a hidden cut.
A long time ago.
When the camera passed something that covered the whole frame, or if there's nothing that passes the frame, you could do some sort of motion-controlled camera.
I won't stand in your
But then
way.
how would you have a motion-controlled camera that can move through the whole cave like that? Like, those motion-controlled rigs are these huge crane things, but they don't fly up and down multiple flights. I guess this whole thing... I guess what you'd probably do is make this whole thing in the computer, do a CG generation, and just film her in front of a green screen in roughly the angle that the camera's going to see her at in the shot, and then just superimpose her into that area and just, you know, do a track the motion and then just lock her into that spot. Okay. See, I did not see a load. Okay. Glad I didn't die, though. Ooh. There's a load. That's what I should have waited for. Ooh, would they do that? That's creepy.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see.
Oh shit, I never checked.
I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
No, she can't. It's too dangerous. She has the soul. She is rotting. She must defeat Hela. There is no way she can defeat Hela. She must. Hela is powerful. She must.
Okay. I hear myself.
She must meet Hela. She must fight, or she must find another way. There is no reason. There has to be a... She can't fight. Turn back. She must...
So I'm not climbing down, I am climbing up.
You're strong. No, Senua is strong. She is not strong enough. Hela has defeated her twice. She can barely walk.
Hela gave you the rot.
Look at your arm. Look what Hela's done to you in front of this way. You can't let it go now.
There's still a couple
You have to fight her.
story time rocks that I've missed.
Back. It's the final task.
Well, I know I said in the other video I generally go left,
Do you want to leave Dillian
but
here with Hela?
This time I'm going right, and looks like that was a good choice.
It's fine. We believe in you, Senua. She can't.
Hella has defeated her twice, and she will do
So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 11. Oh, wait, 12 letters. Wait. Oh, no, there's one there, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then,
I think this is where I have to go, so let me go the other way then.
brothers,
Maybe the other way is just a window to show me
Get what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard.
my progress.
Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
So I feel like that is the way I need to go. So where is this staircase going to take me? Where is this staircase going to take me? If this path led me to this, I would think that would be the only thing that's in here. Ooh, ooh. Did you see it? I cut through the wall a little bit. Ooh. Or maybe it was just that. There we go. Ooh. I guess you have to do it fast enough. Oh! Cut through the wall. Surprised Unreal doesn't have like code in there that prevents that from ever happening. Oh god, it's a circle. You fight in circles. I don't want to fight. I'm too close to the end. Okay. What is all this for? What would have happened if I went the other way? Do I have to go up here to make something happen? I gotta do something with this? I'm hitting square, I'm hitting X. 'Cause there's no prompts on the screen in this game, so... I don't see what the... Oh, 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 oh. Something's vibrating. Oh. This helps me build the bridge. Oh. I didn't know I had to fix the bridge. So that angle looks like I gotta go over there to fix it. Which I do from... Okay. Now I see. I didn't even know that was a puzzle I had to do. I didn't even know that was a puzzle I had to do. Wait, so now am I gonna fight in here? Oh god, oh god. Oh, damn it. I'm doing the... Wait, what? Why would you turn around? I did the block, and as soon as he swung, she looks the other way. I knew there'd be stuff here. You did it fucking again, you turned. Ridiculous. I am evading you fuckers. Can I do focus? Nope. Yeah, I'm trying. More.
Focus. It's the only way. The mission focus is coming back. Watch out!
Oh, I did focus too. Okay. Thanks, This is some fucking Ghost of Tsushima here. Not being able to see.
Focus, focus.
Well, I can get two of them at once.
It's nearly over. Finish.
Yeah, I can see that.
Behind you.
That fucking sucked.
How
Wait.
will she do it?
The hell did I come from? Alright.
What will she do? How's she going to find his angel soul? Where does that
All these things are getting in my way and I can't see. It's like Ghost of Tsushima.
How will she get it?
And you can't just freely look around in combat. It just flicks from one enemy to another, which is helpful in one regard, but
No one can
annoying in another regard.
What can she give her? She could give her her own soul. No. Her soul's rotting. She'd rather die. She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before.
Oh, and now they're telling you you have to fix it. Okay, well.
She's done it before. She can. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it? There must be a way. You have to try.
I'm sure the other way is much easier. What do you think? Oh, they've taken over the camera.
It's too dangerous. She's done it before. You have to fight her. The final battle. Get his soul back. It's the final task. Yes, it is.
It's the final battle. Diddle-doo-doo.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it?
Diddle-doo-doo-doo.
You showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown.
Which way do I go first?
To lead so that others may
Oh.
follow.
There's only one
Or
way to go
warn
first.
so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
She can do it. She can do it. She can still see this.
But there's a hunk over there that I gotta fix.
She's so special. She must see. She has
There's
to
hunks
see.
over here.
She can see their secrets.
I'm like looking through a bunch of hunks. I'm hearing some a little bit of zig noises. Oh, hey, how you doing?
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The
Mimir,
land of
that's
the
who I
giants
think your
will
voice
thunder
was.
with the sound of their army on the move. The
Pretty sure
gods
that was your
will
voice.
assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Do I need to look at this thing over here from over here? Oh, I bet I can like make another path. Yep, that will help me look at that side over there. Okay. I needed to build one part of that bridge in order to get to a spot to be able to look at this doorway.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Yeah, this shoulder looks so far slumped over, but I know it's not. There, that looks... I look at myself in the mirror, and the shoulders are not doing that. It's something about the angle of the camera that's making me like this. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. What is this? There's something over there? Can I open the doors from this side? I don't know why I would have to do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it now while I'm here. You know, it'd be really cool. It'd be cool if, like, there's doors like this where you don't need to open them. Like, I'm not gonna have to come back through here. Or maybe, I mean, maybe I will. Like, you know, once you've done something, you have to retrace your steps. They had us doing that in the beginning of the game, where I had to go back to the main gate after doing those 2 doors. But it would be really cool if, like, the doors that you open in this playthrough, if there's like a new game plus that lets you replay all the lets you replay it, that any doors like this that you've opened in your first playthrough will be open in your second playthrough, so you would have made shortcuts for yourself for later playthroughs. That would be cool. Just like, you know, other all like new game plus games, they allow you to play through the whole thing with all of your abilities already. So in that regard, that's a shortcut. Even though the enemies are harder, so you know, I guess there's some level of similar or increased difficulty, but still, you can do a lot of things a lot faster when you have all of your gear already. So this could be this game's equivalent of having all of your gear already. Do I go up to the next floor? Do I... Oh no. Fuck it, I'm just gonna stay here. Great. I never feel like I'm gonna be strong enough to... Oh, get out. Okay, well, I heard you say get out. It never seems I'm gonna be able to parry them. If it flashes red, I know that I can't. That I got. See, that flashed white. That flashed white. Oh, that flashed red! Oh, God. That flashed red? Fuck. Yeah, I tried to parry it. Could you maybe not look that way? Thank you? Alright, fine. We'll do focus. Oh, what? I dodged!
She's injured.
Oh, God. What? Am I focused? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Now I am dead.
Get up quick. It's not over.
Okay.
Finish this. End
Okay. I'm fucking another one, really? Fuck. How many of them are there? Thank God I did that.
Take him down! Take him down now!
What? I did the thing again! Okay, at least I can do that.
She's injured.
I did the... All of a sudden my parrying is just not working. My parrying just doesn't work. Oh my God. Now I'm turned around again. Alright, I came from this way. I parried. And it didn't work. I want a piece of the bridge. I didn't even see the floaty pieces, but fine. What else do I need to fix now? Oh, nothing. It was just for this? Alright. R. So there's an R at the very top. There's an R on the... just before the 6 o'clock position. So let's keep an eye on any of those two disappearing. At the top. There you go.
God will do battle at Ragnarok. Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword into the heart of the beast. Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black. The earth will sink into the sea. The stars will disappear. Fire and water will meet. Steam will shoot up. Flames will play against the sky. The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned. All the gods will be dead. And the warriors of Valhalla and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok. For it is nigh.
So that is why I opened the door. Just to get myself back down here easily. I did have to retrace my steps. What? Yeah, lunge over here. What? No, you're lunging at the wrong guy. You're lunging at the wrong guy. Now they're together. You had them separated. What the fuck? Don't. Why are you running into them? Would you turn and look at the stairs? Now they're... Yeah, I know behind me. I can't move. I can't look the way I want to look. Oh, what? It's like the buttons are just not responding. Maybe it's my sweaty hands. Could be my sweaty hands. There we go. Look at this. Oh my god. I should have saved my focus. No shit behind me. Well, focus didn't work. Oh, fuck.
Remember your training.
I'm trying. I'm hitting. Focus, focus? Okay. Can't see. No! I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh, well, now I am dead. Fuck. God damn it. Other people don't die. Wait, what? It's starting from the beginning, the rot? Okay, well, good. I don't... When did the rot change again? I don't remember. Damn it. Use your sword. What else am I gonna use? Oh shit. She swiped twice. What is that right there when we both kind of like bounce off each other? Is that a hit or a parry? Waiting for a parry move.
You're close.
It flashes yellow there, like I can parry him, but...
Don't let them surround you. Don't let them get behind you.
There's only one. There's only one. Can't see. Can't see with the chain. Wait, did it switch it to easy? It's still on auto, okay. Where the fuck did you come from?
It's not over. He can read.
There was two of you. Oh!
Behind you.
Trying to get them separated. They both swung at me at the same time. How am I supposed to parry two of them? What? Go. What? Where the hell am I? Oh, fuck. Get up. Stop turning towards the fence. The chains. What? But I did the... There it is. That's the way I came. Everything's in the way. I couldn't see. These chains are constantly in the way. I can't look freely. I appreciate the ability that looking just sort of locks onto whoever's next, because that's important. But sometimes I just want to not feel constricted, so I can get my own bearings my own way.
What?
What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We
I
don't
can't
want-
run.
I don't want
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop.
Stop.
Stop. Senua, stop. What happens to us? Why would she stop to die? She won't stop. Stop. I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
Okay, there's a white hole. I can't even go around. Oh, camera took over.
Stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They are afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void.
Am I gonna have to battle myself?
That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
What? Oh, no, can't run. Okay. Oh.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Oh shit, am I not gonna... There's some that I missed. There's some that I missed. Oh no. Were all of those little talkie stones, would that have helped me with my final boss if I got them all? Ah, shit. If I had like 5 letters left over, it's gonna be 5 letters more powerful, more difficult to beat. Ah, balls. Where else could they have been hiding?
Be like this. Turn away, Senua. Turn away, Senua!
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Talk to gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand.
You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child.
Oh shit.
You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You undid.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you. The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me.
My arm's even worse. Oh. I fucking knew it. I tried again with the... Fuck. Fuck! Why would you roll right into another bad guy? You're rolling to with your back against... I hate it. Don't like it. Okay. Go, go, go! Go up to him. Go! Shit, how many are there? Oh my god. Oh fuck. He swings twice. Oh no. There's so many. Oh my god. Do the shield ones. Shield ones are the most difficult ones. Go get you. Oh, I still. Oh. I had focus for a little bit.
Watch out.
What? I did X! Would you please? Oh, thank God.
I can see through your darkness. You're a
Oh
liar,
my God
a murderer.
almighty.
And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Am I supposed to look at this bridge in a certain way? Oh!
Look at you. Running forward and moving backwards to worry your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the children of Dillion by the Norsemen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How will you save him?
Because he's not here, he has to be in the darkness? That's stupid.
I know he's here.
That's not proof.
Dillion,
My PlayStation
you're
5's
here.
not here. That doesn't mean it's in the darkness.
I'll find you.
What the fuck is this? Another thing I don't know if I can, parry. Oh, it's all of them. Oh, that's cool. No! Get up. I'm gonna slice your butt. Slice your butt. Oh, oh, oh! No, no, oh boy, that might. Now I'm red. I don't have focus still. Oh, focus. Okay. Oh, this thing, right, okay. Oh! This is not good. This is not good, everybody. That's the first bad guy, I think. No, 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 no.
Watch out.
I'm trying. Focus. Okay. Finally. There's one guy left. Smoke.
Damien! Where is he? You're trying
That's
to
where I
trick
came
me
from.
again with your lies.
Okay, so we're going this way.
I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion's gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go. I'm warning you.
Oh,
Or
come on.
What? What can you do to me that you haven't already?
How does that not do that?
Fight me. Come on.
Behind you.
Betrayed your own
Could you not tell them to fight you? Do you see how bad I am playing this?
in search of love. Look where that's got you.
This is crazy.
Let go. Let go.
Fuck.
Dillion.
Let go of your battle. You don't
Do you want me to die? You want me to die? I can't dodge. I'm trying.
behind you.
What? What's happening?
Watch out.
What the fuck?
Let go.
Oh no.
Go,
Oh,
Senua. Careful.
you're telling me to let go. I feel like you're supposed to die. Uh-oh. Trophy earned the final battle. So yeah, you're supposed to die, I guess. Or not? Is there different endings? Maybe I could have survived that and had a better ending. I'm gonna have to watch other people play and see if they die also. They probably got through a lot more bad guys before they die, though, if you do just have to die. So that's my burned mother imagery. That's what it's kind of looking like. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're alive. And there's no doubt. But you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Damien.
So in a way she wanted to believe what she was told because it actually, in a way, helped her accept the fact that Dylan was gone, or at least helped her with the idea that maybe he could be saved. But since their lie is a now a proven lie, then her delusion.
Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me?
Oh,
And to
uh-oh.
him? You're not a liar, but you're a liar. You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know you have him.
Or she's just gone off the total deep end now here, and even though she realizes he's a liar, it's just fucked with her so much that she's more convinced than ever that he's alive, even though, or he can be saved, even though that's not true.
I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok.
You gotta clean your lens, it's filthy. Some water spots and dust. Freaks me out seeing that, because with my cameras, if I see even one of those things, I'm in a panic. Oh no, there's another battle! No!
Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. No power over me.
But we know there's a sequel. It says Senua in the title, I'm pretty sure, right? Maybe it's a prequel, though. This feels like the bad ending. It feels like there's another ending that if I just defeated all those bosses, those bad guys. Maybe not. This game is messed up enough that this seems like this could have been what they always intended.
Be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from that darkness.
This is the top of that mountain, that crow's head made out of wood at the top of the mountain.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
If this isn't a final shot, I don't know what is. Like it's gonna cut to black and roll credits. One little, like, thing, one little last thing just to take us into the sequel, and then black, roll credits.
This is where my story once began.
It feels okay, the voices are
So
saying?
it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
So they knew there was a sequel immediately. Wow.
Friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel. Hoping what you need is behind every door.
Is this VNV?
Hurts. I don't want you to change.
Is this VNV?
Everyone has hopes. You're human after all. The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else.
Is this VNV?
Feeling as though you never belong.
Hold on.
This feeling is not sadness. This feeling is not joy. I truly understand. Please don't cry now. Please don't go.
Oh my god.
You to stay.
This is VNV Nation. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Please don't
What the
leave
what?
I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you.
Wow.
Being like you are, well, this is something else.
VNV Nation, there it is. Oh my god.
Do lay claim, divine purpose blesses them. That's not what I
That's crazy.
it doesn't matter anyway. Part of your soul ties you
I was gonna say, like,
world, or maybe to the
the way this music was starting when with all the like the synthesizers, I was kind of like, huh? Like, I actually honestly didn't really like it at first, just because it wasn't, the whole soundtrack had its own thing the whole time, and then at the very end there's these synthesizers, which just took me out of it, out of the story a little bit. And also I didn't know who it was at first, but then I heard his voice. I'm like, wait, that sounds like VNV Nation, dude. I think I have a rough idea of what happened in that story, but I definitely don't have a full, maybe a half idea of what was going on. Wait, I don't even know if we can... I'm yelling because my mixes, I don't barely hear my voice. Let me see what I sound like. Okay, so, alright, so you can hear me a bit. Wait, now my video is gonna get flagged for copyright, music copyright, because this is playing this. Yeah, so I thought that I love having these limited in scope games. I don't mind it not being an open world. I don't mind that it's a linear story, linear game. Obviously not a literal, perfectly straight line the whole time. But basically, go over here. You might have one or two paths to get there to feel like you have variety, but you're going over there, and you're doing that puzzle right over there. And the puzzle is kind of open in its structure, but it's still a self-contained puzzle, and you have to solve that puzzle, and you have to solve that puzzle, and you can take a crickety road over to that puzzle. But yeah, I like that linear story structure. So games like this, which, I mean, maybe Ninja Studio is a larger studio than I realized, but I thought, you know, the graphics were pretty incredible. I've seen like the PC version of it, and it looks even better than this. This has some tearing and stuff here and there, some pixelation around the edges and where focus turns into out of focus stuff. I can see pixels and stuff there. But I mean, overall, the graphics are just incredible, and I'm guessing it's because you've limited your scope, and you don't have to build this huge open world and worry about graphics all over the place. You can just focus on the graphics in the areas that the person is going, because that's the only place they're going to be going. So you can just put all your time, all your money, all your resources, everybody at the studio can just focus on these little areas, and you can and work on it really well. And also, our supporters for making Hellblade possible. Was this like a Kickstarter or something? Like, if you'd like to find out more about psychosis and mental health difficulties, visit hellbladehelp.info. Wow. So it was like that a video or two ago, when I had just started the video. Before I started the stream, I had never really seen the opening of the game when you launch it, because I'm getting the stream ready. I hit launch on the game here, and then I go over and I make sure YouTube is going, and I hit the share button, and the game is doing all this loading in the background while I'm on the share screen, setting up the stream. So this was the first time that, and I can't do it here because I have to shut the game down and then restart the game to see the screen, but when you shut down the game, it stops the stream. So I can't do that, but there was a whole thing about psychosis in the beginning, which I finally saw. So anyway, yeah. And also, I guess games are generally, you know, between 40 to 60, 80, 90 sometimes. I guess even sometimes 100 gigabytes in size. So it's around that, like between 50 and 100, I guess. 40 and 100. I guess that's a wide variety of sizes, but a game that's only 7 or 8 hours to play, you can fill those. You have the space, you have the real estate. If you know games can be 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 gigabytes in size that people are downloading, I guess you have more space to make the graphics better, I guess, or maybe the processor can only handle so much, so extra space doesn't matter. I don't know. All I know is the graphics looked incredible, and I assume it has something to do with the limited scope of where you go and what you see. I also wonder, like, did like the developers look into Unreal and whatever other software and stuff they were using to make this game to say, what is some weird stuff we can do? Like, oh, you can, like, this game engine allows you to see the world differently if you look through like a portal. Like, how do they make the portals happen in these games? How do they make the things where if you line your vision up to these semi-transparent floating things, you can create a bridge. Like, how do they think about those techniques? Is it something that somebody just thinks about in their dream and then they go off to Unreal to try to figure out how to make something like what they saw in their dream? Or are they just playing around with what Unreal can do? And they're like, well, that's a kind of funky thing that the Unreal Engine does. I don't even know if that was deliberate, if they meant to program that feature in there. But look, when you put this plug in and you do it this way, and you do this element and make it with this element, look at this crazy thing that happens. And maybe, maybe they figured it out that way. Maybe they saw that working on other games, and they said, oh, when I was working on this other game, we did this mistake, and what happened was the character did this, and there was a duplicate of the character, and it was weird. We didn't want a duplicate of the character, but that's what it was doing when we plugged in this code. So we wrote down that idea, we wrote down the mistake, and then used it deliberately in this game. Or I don't know. So now there's this Hellblade feature which said, don't watch this until you've played the whole game and start a new game. I'm curious what that's going to do, but warning, the following feature contains spoilers. We recommend watching after completing Hellblade.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
I guess let's see what this is all about.
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming.
It almost looks like previs.
Is it?
They say
This is going to be like how they made it? That would be great.
Thoughts and fears, as seen by
Mental
our own
health
eyes.
advisors. Whoa. I know they said there was mental health advisors.
What if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake?
How come in the game they don't give you like what buttons you need to
And we
press,
only see what our inner
but when
eye
you watch the
creates?
movie, there are back and play pause are just there permanently.
Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's
Let's see how long this movie is.
Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Well, some of these like rocks with the paint on them, when I got close to those I could see how pixelated they were, but
We must accept.
still, again, overall,
Might be too.
the graphics are incredible. And how they turn to dust and ash or whatever they are. Psychosis.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell.
Oh,
Hertfordshire.
really? She was
When
based
first
off of a
discovered,
goddess.
Her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
I like this song. I want to know where to get this song.
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis.
A crisis indeed.
In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
I should have done this as its own separate video. But we're already here, so...
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God.
Why is the blue tape hanging there? Is that like a tracking marker? Did they do that?
Beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will
This is very quiet. Or at least the narrator is speaking very quiet. He speaks quiet the way all the characters speak quiet. He's like just a walking, talking ASMR dude. He hires people that talk ASMR. It looked like she was fighting the... Oh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure,
cool.
A journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind.
It looks like they were just doing motion capture like in their basement.
This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Holy shit.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead. Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim.
What fascinates me is like group psychosis, when a bunch of people swear they saw something.
We reached out to Welcome, a
But
biomedical
there's nothing
research
there.
charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health.
I'm in the way of everybody's
schizophrenia
titles.
And psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure. Thanks. It was really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Oh, this is 25 minutes, okay. I was starting to actually wonder if this was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it's 25 minutes,
According
okay.
to where they appear in space, voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Oh, that's how they do that, that's cool.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone,
which ASMR artists use.
Of sound, replicating the way sound is.
Because the microphones are shaped like ears. They have rubber ears
the person you are listening
on
to
the side.
Right there beside
Human molded ears. But they're covered now with muffs.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on
That's
how
a
we
shotgun
can
microphone right there.
Everyone hates her. Oh. She's cursed.
It's very hard.
Oh, his voice was pretty deep already. I was wondering how much they might have deepened it.
Intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also, crucially, listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
I want to know why they put so many voices on this
Other
ear.
common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experienced.
And this is all fascinating right now, the psychosis side of it, but I'd like to know how the game was done technically as well.
The people we spoke to, the stories
Fix
they
your
told
white
were
balance.
fascinating,
Buddy,
harrowing and mind-boggling.
you're still set
The
for
reality of
outdoor
what people
white
experienced
balance
was
and you're
really
indoor.
far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
Everything seems to be coming closer and bigger all the time.
Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know.
Everything is in bits, like a photograph that's torn and put together again. If you move, it's frightening. It's hard to read that while someone's saying other words in my ear. Colors seem to be brighter now, almost as if they are luminous. Are these quotes from somebody? That's what she said, that's what she said. Sometimes the world appears like a kaleidoscope and it can be beautiful. When I move quickly, it's a strain on me. Things go too quick for my mind to get blurred. So these are from people that had psychosis. I got it now. From the same person? From multiple people that were interviewed. I often see waviness and melting of the walls and makes me feel nauseous. Sounds like an acid trip. Does acid trips affect the same parts of the brain? At times there is nothing to hold up. The mind goes blank and everything gets switched off. if these are all different people's quotes giving their own versions of what they're feeling, and they're putting all of this into one character,
Recovery College East over the course of a year
is it possible for one person to have all of those
and refining the in-game representations
effects happen?
With their help, flashbacks, visions, and changes in perception were woven into the
PlayStation controller.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They
I saw an Xbox controller too
as being important because
in the beginning of this.
It values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
But even if you thought you saw that, how does the logical part of your brain not say, well, there's obviously nobody hanging there because I've tried to rescue them and I'm never able to do it.
Showing this horror. And so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
You go as far as you want to with it. Fuck what the other people think. I guess you have to sell the game.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction, it's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world.
Who was playing it? People that have psychosis were playing it?
Of Senua's mind, the dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest,
oh, I was confused. Mission accomplished.
Meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering.
Is she gonna have like a sister that's had psychosis or something? Or a brother? The actress?
Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galena also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without
There's just
signs
the little flip-out green
gods and
screen in the
superstition,
background.
as
That's
exemplified
crazy.
by her druid father Zinbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens.
Just a
to
red
early
door.
20s
I
and
see
was
the hinges.
exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
There's darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her
Yeah, I was
reality.
going to say, like, if she's actually being affected by it, it's real. I guess it's a philosophical question, what is real?
It's just a matter of time.
Like, everything is processed through our brain, so if our brain is processing something, does that make it
Towards
real?
the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated
I wouldn't
with us
always
were
say so,
invited
but
to see the near final game. It was a chance to see if the game had
New York City,
reflected
that
their
shirt.
views or
Are
if
they
it
in New York?
misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
Awesome. Very, very cool.
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Yeah, I like that they're not, and like the game's not worrying about points or anything like that. There's no health
They
bar.
will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory.
There's just no HUD, so it makes it even more immersive, and we're not worrying about
an experience that's positive.
game
When it comes
mechanics
out,
so
I'll get
much
myself a
as
copy and have a
the
go.
story. Yeah. He's gonna get himself a copy. Nice. He better get it for free.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game.
Fix your white balance,
in a way that I think
your outdoor balanced,
I
and
didn't
your
imagine
inside.
was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the
What's that
mysteries
floating
of the
there?
environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Yeah, it puts people that don't have it into like a simulator of sorts.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us.
Yes,
We
but
need
they don't
people
actually
to be
think those
willing to
realities
simulate
really
in order
exist.
for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these
Are you
new ways
calling
of seeing.
me psychotic because I'm able to come up with ideas about movies? Not that I'm bashing people that are psychotic, because I know they want to not have the stigma be, they want to unstigmatize things. So when I say, you call me a psychotic person, I'm sincerely asking, like, I feel like, to me anyway, and I'm no expert, obviously, but to say psychosis is what gives us art and stuff. I know there are artists that did have psychosis, were psychotic, and their art and their art did come from those visions. There's people that got visions through drug use, and that might, that's an external it's an external source of a sort of psychosis-like mindset. Like Steve Jobs would, even though he didn't really design all the stuff, he had other people design it. He would come up with ideas, people would design it, and he'd look at it and say yes or no, or what he liked and didn't like about it, and send them back to fix it. And he was doing the drugs, he was doing his camping trips out to the desert to do his little drug trips. And you have like Bill Hicks, who famously was saying, and it's sampled on a Tool album. And if you don't think drugs have ever done anything good for this world, do me a favor, go home, take all of your music, your CDs, records, I don't know if he says books also, and burn them. Because every one of those people that you admired, that wrote the books and then made the music, real fucking high on drugs, is what he says. And so, they had an external sort of force of psychosis to enter. But I think, I think there are people that can come up with ideas, like myself, who don't do drugs to come up with the ideas. Maybe the ideas aren't as good as the people that are on drugs, but I come up with ideas, and I see it in my head. I have to see it in my head as I'm a director to know, get everybody on set. How are we setting up the camera? Why are we setting up the camera that way? Why is the performer performing that way? Why is the lighting like that way? There all has to be a reason for the scene to be the way it is, and that scene has to be the way it is because I have to know how it's going to fit in with the rest of the film, the story. So is that an example of psychosis? I would say not, but I'm open to being told differently. So, oh my god, here we are. I'm here playing a game that I thought was going to be... I thought I was going to end my video talking about the video game, and here I am talking psychosis stuff. Really like the game. Terrifying, the idea of dying permanently. That messed me up. The slowness of the sword was just driving me nuts, but not in the same way that other games' issues that seemed wrong and flawed were pissing me off. This is just like, I don't know, it wasn't that bad, but it was just like, oh, come on, lift your sword up, lady. And it was a little frustrating, but again, not too much, but a little frustrating that, like, when I had to swing, I didn't know how to swing. I have to open up that menu to see how to swing and everything. I just had to figure it all out myself. But on the flip side of all of that, it meant there was no HUD the whole game, which I thought was really cool. The only HUD was the little pouch on her back where it started to glow, and then that little sort of lens flaring of the glow that was always on the left side for whatever reason. And it always made me think someone was coming at me from my left, but that little left blue glow let me know that that I could use focus. The other thing I wonder now is I don't know if there is a good and bad ending, but it does make me wonder if anything could have been different. Not if I had somehow fought more of bad guys, like maybe there's an end to the cycle of bad guys coming at you at that final fight, but maybe there would have been a different ending depending on if I got all the story time rocks. I didn't realize that that would play into the main story like that, so I'm interested to see what would happen. I would like to start a new game and see if it saves any of that. I would try to complete all of those runes and stuff, those storytime runes, and see if that gives me a different ending. And the thing that bugged me the most was I did hit the button to deflect and she just wouldn't do anything sometimes, or I would hit the X to jump out of the way and it seemed like she didn't jump out of the way. But is it R1? Oh, yeah, R1. This button was supposed to be the one to hold up the blade, and sometimes it didn't seem to do it. And I'm using my better controller, the one that's not as spongy. Because one came with the PS4, and this was an additional controller that was bought separately. Also used, but came separately, and it was someone pointed out how you can tell it's newer. It's something with the textures, and this definitely has a more rugged texture, and there's, I think, what is it, that these are gray, whereas the other controller, the joysticks are black, the same color as the rest of the controller. And the newer one, these little joysticks are a little bit grayer, lighter gray. Is that the same with the buttons too? Yeah, the D-pad looks like it's darker. And the share and the options buttons are both black on the old one. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've been using this the whole game, and it seemed like it was giving me problems sometimes here and there. Or it's just me. So anyway, I really love the game. Absolutely love the game. Love that they were taking on Psychosis. Still kind of wish that I didn't know it had anything to do with Psychosis until I finished the game. But maybe it was good to know about it because it helped me understand what the hell was going on a little bit more. We're at an hour 43 now. It is a game I would be interested in replaying and trying to get all of those storytime runes, as I was saying. And yeah, alright. So there's the end of the game and my final thoughts. And I'm going to go into the main menu and see what other trophies I might be able to get. I don't know. I don't know what trophies. If there's hidden trophies, I'm sure there's a trophy for getting every one of the runes. So I'll need to do that. Maybe there's a trophy for completing the game without ever dying. Except when you have to die for the story to tell you about the death mechanic. But that's neither here nor there. Well, it is. It's here. It's right here, because we're talking about this game. So I don't know what I'll play next, but this was highly enjoyable. Loved the graphics. Loved the music. Didn't fully understand the story, but loved the story anyway. Even though I didn't understand what was going on, I still loved it. Loved the acting. She was fantastic, the actor. So her face is... that is the person that worked on the game's face, and that they actually had her doing the acting. So that's fantastic. Yeah. Even with the issues that I had, they are very minor compared to how much I actually do love the game. So yeah, okay. I'm Dan, First Person Looter, and I have finished Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and I did it in 6 videos. It's not so bad, right? Even though these videos are long, these videos are very long. See you in the next one, my friends. Take care. Bye bye.